Okay, students. Good morning, all of you. So, second PUC syllabus, that is first chapter, reproduction in organisms. Reproduction in organisms. So, see here, reproduction, how reproduction occurs in all the living organisms, and what type of reproductions in that asexual, sexual reproduction, how sexual reproduction takes place in various organisms, how it will play a major role. So how these processes are helps to maintain their parental characters. These are all the things we will discuss in this chapter. After that, sexual reproduction, how sexual reproduction takes place. For the sexual reproduction, what are the requirements are there? How male reproductive organs, female reproductive organs, how the fusion, fertilization. After fertilization, zygote, how it undergoes to produce younger one. These are all the things in this chapter we will discuss. As everybody knows that is reproduction is maintain continuity of human race. Not only human race, in all organisms, reproduction ensures continuity of their particular species. So first in this one, first of all, let us see reproduction definition. The ability of an organism to produce new generation of individuals of the same species is called reproduction. See, reproduction means what? The ability of an organism. The ability, what is the ability to produce new generation of individuals? I had the ability. You the peoples had the ability. Like that every living being had reproducing ability. That is only I am saying. The ability of an organism to produce new generation of individuals of the same species is called reproduction. See, so I have married. I have that ability. You the peoples like that every organisms. This phenomenon is called reproduction. Here, in the process of reproduction, the characters of parental organisms are transferred to the next generation. In the process of reproduction, what happens? The characters of parental organisms are transferred to the next generation. See, whatever maybe the characters are there, generally in our day-to-day life, we will see. Yes, Ramesh, your seems to be your mother only. Your mother name is so and so, Aruna? Yes. Seema, your seems to be your mother only, your father only, your brother only. Like that. How these characters comes? Yes, through reproduction. In the process of reproduction, the characters of parental organisms, mother characters, father characters, grandfather, grandmother, brother, sister, these are all the characters. Whatever maybe the characters are there in parents, those characters are sequentially transferred to the next generation. This is called reproduction. Next, here, importance. Importance of reproduction. What is the importance of reproduction? How it helps for living organisms. That is what here we will see. It involves in the transmission of genetic material. First important. It involves in the transmission of genetic material. Transmission of genetic material. Transmission of genetic material from the parental generation to the next generation. That is the first importance. It involves in the transmission of genetic material from the parental generation to the next generation. What is the genetic material? See here, genetic material, that is DNA and RNA. So actually, in human beings, the genetic material is DNA. RNA is not acts as a genetic material, but it is essential. That is the first importance of reproduction. Everybody knows that. It involves in the transmission. What would be transmitted? Genetic material. What is the genetic material? DNA, nucleic acids, DNA and RNA. Whatever may be the DNA is there in my body. That is I have obtained from my parents. I have transmitted my genes to my kids like this way. This is the main importance of reproduction. Next year, this process, second importance, this process allow in the development of new characters. New characters. In the development of new characters. This process allow in the development of new characters through chromosomal recombination. Chromosomal recombination. Chromosomal recombination. Chromosomal recombination. What is chromosomal recombination? So this is the new point you will study in second PUC. So new point, this is chromosomal recombination. Generally, as it is, everybody knows that. What is that? There are 23 pairs of chromosomes. These are 23 pairs of chromosomes. 23 chromosomes during fertilization, fused and diploid condition is formed. So before that, during gametogenesis, that is spermatogenesis and oogenesis, a kind of a process that is called recombination occurs. Chromosomal recombination. What is chromosomal recombination? Here see. Right. Here. Chromosomal recombination. Chromosomal recombination. Here see. This is one pair of chromosomes. Here another pair of chromosomes. In between these recombination, the word itself saying the significance. Recombination. Chromosomes are recombined in between non-sister chromatids. It is to this non-sister. This is to this sister. This is to this sister. These two are this chromosome, non-sister. In between these two, recombination. This chromosome combines and binds with this. This chromosome combines and binds with this. In between these two, chromosomal recombination occurs. As everybody knows that. So, see here. Genes are located on chromosomes. Dominant, recessive, dominant, recessive. Like that, genes are located on chromosomes. The genes which are located on chromosomes, that particular place is called locus. Locus. So, these genes from this chromosome are combined with another pair of chromosomes. From these chromosomes, genes are combined with this. This is called chromosomal recombination. Chromosomal recombination. The word itself saying the significance. What is chromosomal recombination? Recombination. Recombination of chromosomes. During the recombination of chromosomes, genes are recombined. That phenomenon is called chromosomal recombination. So chromosomal recombination leads to development of new characters. That is why 80% of the characters who will obtain our from our parents. Rest of 20% of the characters, we will get the new characters. Though our parents are not educated, though our parents are not white, who will get white skin, who will get a superb education. Why? Why? Sania Mirza, she's a nice player, but in their family, no one has sports background. Yes, Sachin Tendulkar, in his background, no one has a cricket background. Because of that chromosomal recombination. Chromosomal recombination leads to development of new characters. Those new characters leads to development of new evolution of new species. Okay, that's all. So through these chromosomal recombination, this process means reproduction, allows development of new characters, new organisms with new characters occurs through chromosomal recombination. So about chromosomal recombination, already first PUC, meiosis topic, mitosis topic we have discussed. Okay. Next, it helps to replace, reproduction helps to replace those species that die due to old age, diseases, due to diseases, old age, or accident. Reproduction helps to replace those species that die due to old age, or during diseases, or when we met with an accident. At the time, so some living organisms are died. So those, due to these three reasons, living organisms population is decreased. So due to reproduction, not only reproduction helps to replace those species that die due to old age, diseases and accidents. In such a way, reproduction helps us. Okay, so reproduction ensures continuity of life through genetic material. Okay, that's all. This is the importance of reproduction. Next, lifespan. 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 Lifespan may be defined as period from birth till natural death of an organism. Natural death of an organism. Lifespan may be defined as a period from birth to natural death of an organism. In between these two, there is a span. That span is called lifespan. So, lifespan, each organism has a certain length of time for which they can survive. Each organism has certain length of time for which they can survive. Even organism does not meet with an organism. Even if an organism does not meet with an accident, does not meet with a disease, does not fall prey to predator, That is certainty. It still comes as a last event of aging. See, even if an organism does not meet with an accident, does not suffer from any disease, does not fall prey, food predators. Death is certainty. Even it would come as a last event of aging. Death still would come as a last event of aging. That means what? Death is certainty in every organism except single-celled organisms. Except in unicellular organisms, remaining all organisms, they must die at one stage. Okay, that is a last event of our days. Okay, that's it. Generally here, lifespan is different in different organisms. Generally, the lifespan is different for different species. The lifespan is different for different species. For example, here see, lifespan can be lifespan can be as short as short. Lifespan as short as few days to several thousands of years. The lifespan can be as short as few days to several thousands of years. For example, the lifespan of mayfly. The lifespan of mayfly is about 24 hours or 1 day. Within 1 day, it can finishes its life cycle. After that, it will die. So that is banyan tree. Banyan tree. Ficus bengalensis. The scientific name of banyan tree is Ficus bengalensis. The banyan tree, the lifespan of banyan tree is 200 to 300 years. 200 to 300 years. The lifespan of redwood tree. Redwood tree. The lifespan of redwood tree. It is also called sequoia. Sequoia. The lifespan of redwood tree. Sequoia. 2000 to 3000 years. 2000 to 3000 years. 3000 years. That is why I said lifespan can be as short as few days to several thousands of years. That is mayfly, banyan tree, and redwood tree. Most of the plants and animals. First of all, we will see about the animals. Most of the animals, lifespan ranging from animals ranging from few days to few hundreds. Few days to 100 years. Few days to 100 years. Most of the animals, the lifespan is ranging from few days to 100 years. While most of the plants, the lifespan ranging from few months to hundreds of years. Hundreds of years. Few months to several years. Several thousands of years. So see here, whatever may be the lifespan, death is certainty. That is, no individual organisms are immortal. No individual organisms are immortal. That is what every living being must and should face death. except few single celled, except few single celled, few single celled, except few single celled organisms, few single celled organisms such as single celled or unicellular organisms such as amoeba, paramecium, bacteria, etc. These organisms, they don't show death. So except these remaining all organisms, death is last event of their age. So generally these organisms or belongs to the phylum, belongs to the class Protozoa. Belongs to the class Protozoa. Phylum Protista. Phylum Protista. Phylum. And actually this is the kingdom Animalia. In that the phylum is Protista. So these continuously undergoes fission. Binary fission. Use that. First PUC, first chapter, first topic is this is binary fission. Binary two. Fission. Parental body is divided into, splitted into two parts. So see, for example, see here, this is the parent organism. This is the parental organism, bacteria. It undergoes division and forms two daughter cells. These two daughter cells again divided. It is one, it is two. It is one, it is two. It is again divided. 1, 2, 1, 2. Again divided, again divided, again divided, again divided. Parental organism is divided into two parts. Those two parts are developed and reached to adult stage. Those adults again divided and forms new one. In such a way, unicellular organisms continuously undergoes binary fusion and produces new organisms. Those new organisms undergoes growth stage and again they divides and produces new organisms continuously. That's why unicellular organisms does not show death. In such a way, this process in unicellular organisms goes on. Generally, you see the lifespan of organisms are not correlated with their sizes. The lifespan of organisms are not correlated with their body size. For example, here mango and people tree. Mango and people tree. Mango, the scientific name of mango is Mangifera. So in this one, so both are seems to be same. Mango tree appears to be people tree. Both are looks the same, but their lifespans are different. The lifespan of mango is 100 years to 200 years. 100 to 200 years. Whereas the lifespan of people 2000 to 3000 years. 2000 to 3000 years. The lifespan of people tree 2000 to 3000 years. But both are seems to be same. It grows in forest areas, wild areas. So mango tree both are seems to be same, but their appearance, but their sizes seems to be same, but their lifespans are different. That is called plants lifespan. See, here see, another approximately 15 years. Here, eagle, approximately 90 years. Both are appears to be same. Both are looks like same. Crow and eagle both are look same. But the lifespan is 15 years. Eagle lifespan is 90 years. That only. The lifespans are not correlated with their sexes. If we will see, depends upon the lifespan, plants can be classified into 3 types. Those are annual plants. Some plants, they can finish their life cycle within 1 year. Such type of plants are called annual plants. Biennial plants. The plants which can finish their life cycle 2 years. Those are called biennial plants. Perennial plants. The plants which finish their life cycle more than 1 year. Such type of plants are called perennial plants. Those perennial plants already here we have discussed. Banyan tree, redwood tree, mango tree, people tree, etc. So here in textbook, in NCERT biology textbook, page number 4th or 5th, they have given lifespans of various types of organisms. So those lifespans you have to study. Okay. So generally, while I am teaching, I will teach beyond textbook. Okay. Whatever the knowledge is there in my mind, that I will teach definitely beyond textbook, which is related to reproduction. That is for your NEET exam. Okay. So you must focus NCERT textbook for CET and also NEET exam. Okay. 90%, 95% bits from the NCERT textbook direct questions. Just 5% of bits, a little bit typical bits. To give answers for those typical bits beyond textbook, whatever the information I will give, if you read that information, it is good enough. Okay, ma? That's all. Main stages during life cycle, lifespan. Now I will talk about main stages during our lifespan. So from birth to death, till natural death, there are some stages. Those stages are called, let us see now. First one is juvenility, vegetative phase. Juvenility means what? Childhood stage, not vegetative phase, childhood stage. Juvenility. Second one is maturity. Third one is aging and senescence. Aging and senescence. And fourth one is death. Aging and senescence. Final one is death. Juvenility, it refers from the birth to till an organism attains to a maturity. From birth to maturity. Maturity means what? The organism which able to reproduce. From birth to maturity stage or puberty stage. This is called juvenility. It refers from the birth to till an organism reaches to reproduce. That is called juvenility. Okay, commonly in our language, childhood to teenage. That is called juvenile stage. Next one, maturity. It is followed by juvenility, is followed by maturity. The organism is able to reproduce animals. Reproduce animals. That stage is called mature stage. Aging and senescence. Senescence, aging. Maturity leads to, after maturity, the aging. After maturity begins aging. After maturity in the living organisms, what begins? Aging. That is what gradual deterioration of body organs. Gradual deterioration of body organs. That means what gradually our body metabolic activities are decreased. That is called aging. The terminal irreversible stage of aging is called senescence. The terminal irreversible means what? Irreversible means we cannot alter. The terminal irreversible stage of aging is called senescence. That is called aging and senescence. After maturity begins aging. During certain age, gradually all the body metabolic activities gradually decreases. This is called aging. And senescence means what? The terminal irreversible stage of aging is called senescence. Next, final one, death. Aging and senescence finally leads to death. It is an inescapable biological event. Biological event of organism. Inescapable biological event of living organisms. That is called death. Death is certainty in all the living organisms. See here, so these all the stages depends upon genetical composition. Genetical composition of our body. See, juvenility, maturity, aging, and senescence, finally death. These are all the processes depends upon genetic composition of living organisms and also influenced by environmental factors. Environmental factors. Yes, environment, our surroundings, environment also influences on juvenility, maturity, aging, senescence, and finally death. Not only genetical composition of living organisms, along with that, environmental factors also influence on these 4 stages. The continuity we will discuss tomorrow. Today session is finished.